Think about the last time you said yes when you meant no. You remember it. The moment is still somewhere in you. You smiled, you agreed. Maybe you even convinced yourself it was fine. And then you went home and sat with a feeling you could not name. Not quite anger, not quite sadness, something quieter than both. The feeling of someone who has just betrayed themselves and cannot say so out loud. That feeling has a name. Most people just never look at it long enough to find it. Here is what is actually happening inside a person who cannot say no, not what they tell themselves, not the story about being kind and considerate and keeping the peace. What is actually happening? Fear. Not fear of the other person, fear of what happens if the other person stops liking them. The smile and the yes and the swallowed opinion are not acts of generosity, they are acts of self-protection. So old, they no longer feel like a choice. They feel like personality. And that is the problem, because there is a difference between being nice and being good. Most people spend their entire lives not knowing what it is. A good person has principles, things they will not cross regardless of who is watching or who it upsets. A nice person has a need to be liked so deep and so long ignored that they have built their entire character around managing other people's feelings at the expense of their own. One is a person, the other is a performance. The nice person agrees when they disagree. They laugh when nothing is funny. They accept blame they do not deserve because defending themselves feels more dangerous than absorbing it. They say yes to things that cost them and then wonder why they feel empty around the people they keep giving to. They have called this kindness their whole life. It is not kindness. It is the shape that fear takes when it has nowhere else to go. Here is what nobody ever names. Your niceness is not about other people. It has never been about other people. When you tell someone what they want to hear instead of what is true, you are not thinking about them. You are thinking about yourself. About the discomfort that follows honesty. About the silence after disagreement. About the moment a person's face changes when you stop performing for them. The generous face of niceness is always hiding a private transaction. You give them comfort, they give you safety. You have been calling that care. It is closer to a contract, and it gets worse. The people who benefit most from your niceness are almost never the ones who deserve it. The ones who push extract more from you. The entitled, the demanding, the difficult receive your most careful handling because they have trained you to handle them carefully. The people who actually treat you well get what is left. You have built a system you did not design where bad behavior is quietly rewarded and the people who respect you most get the least of you. There is a loneliness inside this that is hard to name. Not the loneliness of being alone, the loneliness of being liked by many people and known by none because they do not know you. They know the version of you that agreed with them, laughed at the right moments, held its tongue, made them comfortable. That person is not you. That person is what you became when you decided being liked was safer than being real. Stay with me because this is where it gets uncomfortable. St. Petersburg, Russia, 1849. A young writer sits in a cell waiting to find out if he is going to die. His name is Fyodor Dostoevsky, and until this moment he had done everything the world asked of him. He wrote what was approved of. He kept his real thoughts to the rooms where he believed they were safe. He performed the version of himself that survived in Tsarist Russia. The performance did not protect him. He had not been arrested for what he published. He had been arrested for what he said in private. For attending meetings where people spoke openly about ideas the regime found dangerous. The sentence was death. He stood in front of a firing squad in the frozen grey of a Russian winter morning and waited. The order was reversed at the last second, not as mercy, as punishment, a deliberate act designed to break something inside him. It broke the wrong thing. 4 years in a Siberian labor camp, 4 more in forced military service. When Dostoevsky came back, the performance was completely gone. He no longer had any interest in writing what was safe or approved of. He wrote what was true. Brutal, precise, psychologically uncomfortable truth about guilt and suffering and the dark machinery inside human beings, crime and punishment, the idiot, and the brothers Karamazov. The man who had been careful and agreeable is a footnote. The man who stopped performing safety and started telling the truth is still being read by millions of people 150 years later. The firing squad did not make him a great writer. It made him stop being a nice one. To say what you think will cost you. To say what you don't think will cost you more. Elbert Hubbard. This is what Stoic clarity exists for, not the comfortable reading of any of this. The version that is actually true. If that is what you came here for, subscribe. This channel will keep going where most stop. Here is what the exit looks like. It is not aggression. It is not coldness. It is simpler than both and harder than both. It is holding a position when letting go would be easier. Telling someone they are wrong when saying nothing is available and tempting. Refusing what is harmful, dishonest, or beneath what you actually value, even when the refusal offends someone, even when the room goes quiet. A principle that bends when tested was never a principle. It was a preference held when nothing was at stake. That is the only real line between being good and being nice. A good person values doing right above being liked. A nice person reversed that order so quietly, and so long ago they have forgotten they ever made the choice. The people who respect you most in your life are not the ones who found you easy. They are the ones who found you real. You cannot be known by people who have only ever seen the version of you that agrees, and you cannot respect yourself while performing a character whose entire job is to make other people comfortable. You were not put here to make people comfortable with a version of you that does not exist.